A very good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening to all on frequency. This is Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India, transmitting from near Johannesburg in South Africa. We don't have many people on today. It looks like it's a change of season. Very, very hot here today, 35 degrees Celsius, and my air conditioner packed up. So we're sweating. Anyway, firstly, we wish to thank the Qatar Satellite Company for allowing us the opportunity to use part of the satellite to build our amateur satellite into theirs or next to it. We also wish to thank AMSAT DL and AMSAT UK and of course the BATC for their valued assistance in making all this possible. There seems to be more and more guys coming up, or newer faces, which is wonderful to see, but not that much activity during the week, so we still have a way to go. Anyway, today on the list, let me just have a quick peek. We have Martin, G4FKK, who said it's going to be a quick in and out, so we've got you on top of the list, Martin. We understand your position at the moment. We have Leon, ZS1 Mike, with his refurbished computer, and he can tell you all about that. And hello, Nigel, 2 Echo 0 Echo Hotel Hotel. Just want to see if there's anyone on the other links. There aren't. There were many people tendering their apologies today. So they are on work and other related issues. So unfortunately, this is not going to be a big link today. However, as long as it works, I'm just running through. I just want to see if there's anyone that came out. Saro's out of town, VU2OBR. And Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, he's not able to join due to work, but he will be watching on YouTube. Just let's see. Henry Stevens watching from that ZS6 Mike Charlie. He's watching all the way from Portugal. And yeah, very good. Hello to you, Henry. We're missing you on the air this side, so we certainly hope you're not roasting like we are in South Africa. Okay, let's pass it over to ZS. Sorry, ZS. Where do I get that? To you, Martin, because I know you want to duck out. Golf 4, Fox Kilo Kilo. Will you pass it to ZS1 Mike, in turn to Nigel, 2 Echo 0 Echo Hotel Hotel. Take it away, please, Martin.
Oh, for a minute there I thought it wasn't going to fire into life, but it did. Yeah, very good. And good afternoon, evening, morning to anyone who is watching there. Hi to Benno and Henry. And well, I hope it's reasonably warm in Portugal. I went there in February once and it was gorgeous, so just right. But 35 degrees is too hot, especially with no air conditioning, Gary. That won't do at all. I haven't got much to report this week. As I think everyone knows, I'm back at work these days. And the current project is up in Birmingham, which is, I'm not sure how far it is. It's a couple of 100 miles maybe by car. And normally that's not an issue. Normally I would get a train up there and book myself into a hotel within walking distance of the works, QTH. But this week it's the Conservative Party conference. And I don't know if you've been reading about what's going on over here in politics, but I imagine they've got plenty to talk about this coming week. Anyway, there's certainly loads of them going because there are no hotels. There's no hotels within 5 miles of the works QTH available at this week. So I've had to book into a hotel about 10 miles away. And I've hired a car because my car's off the road. And I'm driving up this evening so that I can be, well, this afternoon, in fact, shortly after this net. I probably will stay for another round because I think, well, there's only 4 of us on at the moment. So I'll probably still be in the shack at the end of that. The project's going well. It's reached a busy stage. And I just saw a note from Tom there on the chat. Well, it'd be nice to see. Well, I saw you reasonably recently, Tom, so it'd be good to see you back on the net. So in your own time, as they say. Yeah, so the project's come to a fast-moving part at the moment, and so I'm very busy up there at the moment. Then I've got another week in Birmingham at least, and then a couple of weeks up in Manchester as well. So let's hope there aren't any politicians gumming up the hotels in Manchester. Right, well, without further ado, I'll put it round to you, Leon, and hopefully you'll be able to give us a full rundown on your repaired PC, because it sounded pretty broken last I heard. So ZS1 Mike to take it with the worldwide net G4FKK standing by. Leon, be able to give us a full rundown on your repaired PC, because it sounded pretty broken last I heard. So ZS1 Mike to take it with the worldwide net G4FKK standing by.
Okay, thanks Martin. G4FKK in the group, ZS1 Mike returning. Yeah, I finally got it back, and it is a million times better than it was when I bought it new. It's just about 2 years old now. So fortunately they told me it has a 3-year guarantee, especially the solid state hard drive, which packed up. And I took it in to the dealers in Bredasdorp, where my other QTH is, where I purchased it, and they fitted the new hard drive, and I asked them to fit an extra SATA solid state drive as well, which must be in automatic backup mode, so that whatever goes on this one is backed up onto that one. Now I still don't know how it works, I must ask the guy. But yes, it's got 2 solid state drives in now. The one is that super duper one that goes directly onto the motherboard. It's a small teeny weeny little card. I actually took a picture of it with my cell phone. And now, for the first time, this computer is ultra stable. Remember, I always had this thing that if I touch a cable or anything, you know, any of the USB cables, the thing would hang up, and I had to restart it, and not just restart it, pull the mains plug and all that. That's all gone now. It's rock steady. I'm running the Pluto with just one USB cable now, just a single cable, and it's a long cable actually. It's I think it's nearly 2 meters long, and no instability. It's amazing. Okay, so that's as far as the PC is concerned. I think you'll notice that the picture is also sharper, and no more funny hassles and things. Okay, seeing that you weren't here last time, Martin, when I was at my in Bredasdorp at my other QTH, I brought my Geiger counter again, so that and I brought my uranium nitrate with, rather radioactive. So okay, come on camera, focus. So let's just show you. It's really freaking out. Okay, enough of that. I want that stuff away from me. And okay, yeah, for the rest, I hope that Ed would be here. Why is this thing asking for that? I brought him a picture of the hotel where we stayed in Brazil when we were there so many times. In a small town. There you are, Hotel Floresta. It's on the river, and we had to go by boat, cross the river by boat every day. Let me see how close I can get it. before it starts. Now it's focusing on, okay, rather not make it too close. We had to go by boat every day from French Guiana across the river and down the river to Oyapock, to Hotel Floresta. That's where we used to stay. There were no usable hotels in that part of French Guiana. Okay, yeah, Gary, you must have that aircon fixed. It was broken last week already, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes. Oh, and by the way, your sync is like a sentence out, I think. Okay, over to Nigel. G2 Echo 0 Echo Hotel from ZS1.
Bit slow on the pickup, but I think okay. Thanks. I'll get a picture of. Get enough of that. Get off. Yeah, thanks, Leon. Supplies 2E0EHH and the Worldwide Net here. Good morning, Gary, or good evening, Gary, Martin. Yeah, Martin, you're back away. No, Martin, you're supposed to be retired, you know, so I open them out. I hope you're not going to wait too long, I need you. Hi. Yeah, and for some reason I got Frank down, but I must have looked at the wrong date after me, so I presume it's going to be back after me, it's going to be Gary. But you ain't got much to say. I tell you what, I ran my video last Thursday on the DATV Thursday Net, and I ran it for a full 6 minutes, or between 3 minutes and 6 minutes, not a lot of difference, is it? And I forgot to put the easy cap on, easy MPEG, so there's nothing on, it wasn't coming out, so hopefully I've tested it, and I've remembered to put easy cap on this week, so we should be alright, and I can see my picture on the live. But yeah, that radium, scary stuff, Leon, scary stuff. As I say, you don't want it close to you for long. It's amazing how much. You always used to say that telephones used to radiate when you're holding the your telephone to the ear, obviously to your ears. You always, was a I don't know, I wouldn't say a conspiracy, is that the right word? I don't know, but they always say that, you know, that can do damage to the brain, but, you know, I don't know. But I'm always a bit weary of that stuff. Yeah, so hopefully I'm running okay. Not saying not much. I haven't done the second video because I've shown you me building this shack, and I was going to start putting the pictures together for the second half, where I made the I didn't make the transfer, the amp. I got a very good friend, Jim, who made me the amp, and a bit better now. And also I put a second preamp in, so I can go up to. I think I might on the second over. I might even try 265 on the codecs. I'm on 254. Then what? Second iron. I can't tell with remembering stuff. But yeah, so that's all I've been doing. Weather's dropping a bit cooler this time. It's only 19 Celsius outside. So and the amp is at 29, so it's picking up a bit. So I'm gonna cut me over in a minute. I don't like to get it too hot. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got to say. I'm waffling now, so I say a short net, but I'll be obviously taking part in the next over and watching till the end. So That's all I've got to say. So have a safe journey, Martin. Yeah, conference in Birmingham. Yeah, dreaded week. But yeah, you take care, and can't wait till you finish. Go back to retirement. Anyway, I don't think Tom's coming on now. He says next week, I think. So I'll hand it back over to Gary, ZS6Y India. I just put a test card up. Test card. Where are you? I'll do that. I can't get me a name, but it don't matter. I'll cut over to that. It's got me call sign and name on. So Gary, over to you, my friend. Or back to you, ZS6Y India from 2E0EHH and the Worldwide Net. Thank you.
ZS6YI. I just want to see if Nick's arrived. And I will call Nick in right now. I hope you're okay to come on now, Nick. So let's give it a gap. Would you mind coming in there, Nick? Golf 4IMO. This is ZS6YI standing by for you.
Success. Second time lucky. Success. Right, turn that off. Yeah, okay, Gary, G4IMO here. Just check my levels. That'll do, won't it? Where's my camera? Yes. Right, yes, sorry I'm late today. I've only just come in. Vicky and I had to go out to have our COVID vaccinations today. Hers was at 5 to 1 and mine was at 1:30, so it was a rush today. So anyway, hopefully that'll give me some protection through the winter period anyway. Yeah, so I haven't prepared anything, so I haven't got much to add, I'm afraid. So sorry about that, but that's life. The last time I was on here, I was telling you about the Pluto, modifying it for an external 40 meg clock, and I was all ready to start that on Monday, having looked at all the YouTube videos on there of how to modify it and all the rest of it. And so on Monday I opened the Pluto up, only to discover that my Pluto is not the same version. So I had to have a rethink on that. But actually it's made life a lot easier, because I looked everywhere on the printed circuit board for the version number. I think it's a version C, but it's the version that has the tiny little sockets. Is it? They call them UFL, the little tiny socket on there for the 40 meg external clock, and it has the MOSFET on there as well. So you can send a command to the Pluto to tell it to switch off the internal clock and switch over to the external one. So that has made life a lot easier. But I haven't tried it yet. I'm still on the original oscillator, because I'm still working on the external unit. So that's what I've been up to. So hopefully next weekend, if I can make it, I'll be on the new oscillator. So that's about it, really. It's not particularly cold here. The last couple of days have been absolutely freezing. We've had some heavy rain, and the sun never came out. It only got to about 10 degrees, so it wasn't very good. But today it's 17 degrees here, and it's relatively blue sky, just a few clouds, so not too bad. Okay, I think I pass it round. I'll pass it back to you, Gary, I think. So what am I doing here? ZS6YI to take G4IMO.
Okay, wonderful. G4IMO, ZS6YI returning. G4IMO, ZS6YI. Okay, I'm just checking my sync. My sync's okay. And the sync I've got sorted out on YouTube as well. On YouTube, I just want to say hi to Albert, Ocean November 4, Alpha Alpha Hotel. Hello, Albert. Nice to see you on. And yeah, we've got 20 viewers, 13 concurrent, which is not too bad. And we wish to welcome all on frequency, of course. And then out of Portugal, we got the temperature as 27 degrees Celsius from ZS6 Mike Charlie. Yeah, he's got a Portuguese call sign as well. So I tried to persuade dear Henry with the hole in the bucket to get a set up for DATV on that part of the world. But I think the next visit he'll be sorted. So there we go. Okay, Leon, great stuff on the computer. It's still stable. Everything's great. I had to do a Windows 11 total, well, an update, quite a large update. Took quite a while to download and then do its thing. And then I also had to mess around to get things to work. I got everything to work, except when I go on to the Teams thing, I think, what do they call it, some other program. I can't use that anymore. Zoom, I can't use Zoom to do a blackout or a different background for me. So I have to figure out now what's going on there. That was something new, but otherwise we'll get it right in the end. So that's the only thing that jumped off the ladder there. All noted on your problems with the politicians, if you can put it that way, Martin. Yeah, 2 weeks ago they had the Labour Party conference, and now, of course, the Conservative. Yeah, I suppose they have to have it to try and plot the way forward and make promises they're going to break. But yeah, I have been following a bit of the politics, and I think our dear friend Liz has a bit of a hard time ahead of her, and I hope she can pull it straight, because things are getting rather expensive, fuel and electricity, just like in South Africa, mind you. We have major problems with our electricity supplier. So I'm very seriously thinking now of putting in solar. I've got no option, because that's going to be a big problem when you don't have any electricity for days on end. You can't get diesel for the generators, so we must come up with countermeasures. Unfortunately, that's what's happening. Okay, Nigel, in the beginning, you I think transmitted your video or your screen, but then you clicked and came back up with a beautiful signal. You've got things working well. It's just the switching sometimes, a bit of finger trouble there, but with a bit of practice, you'll get that done very well. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have much of a technical discussion on today in any way or form. Maybe a good thing. It's darn hot here, that is for sure. And uncomfortably so. Definitely uncomfortably so. All right, I'll swing it around for another round quick, and then I'll also call it a day. Get out of this very hot shack. Golf 4, Kilo, Golf 4, I mean Fox Kilo, to take it from Zulu Sierra 6, Yankee, India.
Yeah, fine, Gary. ZS6 Yankee India, G4FKK returning. Turn the audio down. Is that still in sync? Yeah, more or less. Yes, it was interesting, Gary. On your first over on the net, as Leon said, the sync was a little bit out. Well, it was out. Whereas when we spoke a bit earlier, it was spot on, and it's exactly right at the moment, as far as I can tell. So that's good. And yeah, I'm glad you got the PC going again, Leon, and better than ever. It makes you wonder if that SSD may have been a bit finicky when you first got it. I don't know. They're amazing, aren't they? My computer's got one of those tiny SSDs in it. So goodness only knows how long that'll last. It's about the same size as one of the old memory cards. And yeah, picture's very, very sharp. I lost a bit of your audio at one point there, Leon. No one else has mentioned it, so it was probably just the receive end. But when you did the close-up of the card there, all of us, the video locked up, and then the sound was coming and going a bit here. But I suspect it was this end. And having your own pot of plutonium, no, was it uranium nitrate? Ew. I like to say, I'll get that a bit further away. It didn't look that much further away to me, Leon. But very good indeed. Nigel, yeah, terrific picture. Even on the H.264, it looked really good. As we didn't see the video other than the first frame of it, I think. But I don't know if it was actually playing. But the picture was terrific. And well, I'm very careful with mobile phones. I don't like clamping those next to my ear. I don't think they radiate radioactivity, but a few gigs right next to your ear can't do you very much good if you do that a lot. So I tend to put the speaker on and keep it about as far away as Leon keeps his uranium nitrate. What was the other thing? Well done on getting your COVID booster, Nick. We made inquiries during the week, and they're only doing over 75s round here at the moment. So I don't qualify for that, and I'm sure you don't either. So well done for getting that. I wonder if you went for the flu jab too, because they're giving that to the old codgers, aren't they? Like me. I think you're quite lucky to have the version C Pluto, Nick. You just need to find a little extension cable to go from that tiny connector to an SMA or something that you could mount on the front panel or the side panel of the Pluto. That'd work quite well. Yeah, it rained nearly all day yesterday, which was slightly annoying. And it was raining this... Oh, no, yesterday was fine. It was Friday, it rained all day. I know this because when I got back from Birmingham, I had to get on top of the workshop roof to pull back some of the temporary roof covering that had blown off during the wind. So that was a damp experience. But we had rain this morning, but it's a beautiful day now. And Henry, I'm glad it's 27 in Portugal. That's reasonable, isn't it? And Gary, well, you'll have to perhaps next week I'll find out exactly how you got on with your Windows 11 update and maybe think about. People keep telling me I should do mine, but there's a couple of things about Windows 11 I'm not convinced I'm happy with. Well, the politics over here is bedlam, Gary. I think our license conditions still state that we're not supposed to discuss politics over here on the air, so I won't. But yes, Ms. Truss has got her work cut out, hasn't she? I'll put it like that. And well, at least you get enough sun over there to go solar, Gary. I mean, we had a terrific summer here, but from now until May next year, it won't be enough to drive much solar power. Right, well, I will make that a final. Lunch is just being served. I was hoping we might get it an hour ago, Gary, but that didn't turn out to be the case. I had a small domestic chore to accomplish, which involved replacing a lavatory seat that my careless son managed to break when he visited us a few weeks ago. So anyway, that went quite well, but it did mean lunch was delayed. Right, okay, well, I shall put it back round to you, Leon. I will be watching while I'm having lunch, and I shall look forward to seeing you all again next week, and maybe a few of the others as well. So Zulu Sierra 1 Mike to take it with the group. This is Golf 4 Foxtrot Kilo Kilo signing and saying cheerio. Cheerio.
Okay, thanks, Martin. G4FKK in the group, ZS1 Mike returning. Just want to check my sync. Yeah, it's in. I just noticed that on my previous over, the delay through the whole system was very long. I don't know whether the sound sync was in, but when I'm watching myself on the receiver screen, it was like taking long before it got there. Okay, right. Gary didn't say when he's going to fix his aircon. Martin, yeah, well, you know, all the radioactive stuff I've been demonstrating here is all stuff that is concerned or considered safe, not hazardous. Can you believe it? I mean, like the gas mantles and things. Nobody even talks about it. Nobody even mentions it. And that stuff is about the same level as this uranium nitrate, which actually was used as a photographic chemical, as a negative intensifier. So, yeah, heaven alone knows what the real stuff would be like. I don't want to get near any proper plutonium or anything like that. But even so, I keep this stuff many meters away from where I live normally, you know. I'm very cautious of the stuff. Okay, yeah, hi to Henry there, way up. And yeah, pity I haven't, Ed wasn't on last week as well, I think. I was digging through my stuff now. I'm actually looking for a portable USB CD drive, which I've got somewhere, and I need it now, and I couldn't find it. And then I found some flags. I actually got the French Guiana flag, but I always thought I got a Brazilian flag as well. But I can't find it, so I obviously never bought one. I think I tried to buy one in Oiapoque, there where this hotel is, but I don't think they had any. It's such a primitive little town. They didn't have shops that sell the drapeau, as they call them on the other side of the river. Okay, Nigel, yes, your picture, once you got it going, was perfect, very nice, with good audio. I see you're not actually addressing your microphone as it should. That, I think, is a velocity microphone. It should be addressed like this, not like this. But even so, the audio is not bad at all. So no complaints there. And the phones, yeah, well, there was a lot of rumors and things about cell phones and the radiation and so on, but the power is not so severe, and it's pulsed. It's not a continuous carrier. It's like bzz, 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 which makes the power density very low, actually. And okay, Nick, you got your booster. I got my booster, I think a year ago. And at one stage they started with second boosters, but I think it's just faded away. You don't hear about it anymore here in South Africa. I think the virus has sort of subsided here, but we'll see what happens when the next winter comes. Okay, right, I think that's about it from me. I must go and see if I can find that USB CD drive, because I need to load a program from a CD onto this PC, which is so modern that it doesn't have a CD. Everything is USB. It's got nothing else on it, so I must find it, or else I must do it on another computer, put it on a memory stick, and then put it onto this thing. But some of the programs are very finicky. You can't just copy them and transfer them. They have to be run off the CD itself. So I'll see if I can find it. Okay, right. So cheers from me, from Worcester in South Africa, and all the other listeners and viewers on the YouTubes and the whatever networks. And join us next time. And I give it to Nigel, 2E0 Echo Hotel Hotel from ZS. One Mike saying 73s but watching.
We have a spot of bother. We didn't pick up anything, of course, no transport stream, but we'll give you another turn in a minute. Let's just pass it over to Nick in the meantime. Nick, if you wouldn't mind taking it. And then I hope Nigel will be ready to come for another over. Golf 4 IMO from Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India.
Okay. Yeah, okay, Gary. Yes, sorry for that. I'll just look at my RF level. Turn it up a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, okay, Nigel. I'm not sure what happened there, but I looked on the mini tuner and it was showing 100% null packet. So as Gary says, it's probably just there was no transport stream. I don't know. Anyway, maybe you can sort it out in a few moments. Yeah, okay. I did make some notes this time. I'm terrible here. Nigel, last time you transmitted, or the previous time, your picture quality was excellent. Yeah, excellent picture and sound and everything was working. So I'm not sure what's happened this time, but anyway, that's the problems with computers. Yeah, okay. On the fuel prices, yes, we. Yeah, I'd love to put solar up here, but we got so many tall trees round here, it just wouldn't be worthwhile. So it wouldn't work, which is a big shame. But yeah, I'd have the roof would be covered in solar panels here, if only I could. Because yeah, the cost. Well, in fact, on Saturday, the 1st of October, our electricity prices shot up. So we're paying an awful lot of money now for our electricity. But our heating here is oil. We use oil central heating here, so which is also expensive, but it does have the advantage that you can order oil during the summer when it's generally a little bit cheaper. So in fact, I've just recently ordered some oil. It's now 3 times the price that it was when I moved up here about 16 years ago. It was around 30 pence a litre, and now it's 93 pence a litre. So £462 for 500 litres. So, but hopefully that'll take me through the winter period anyway. So we should be okay. Yeah, okay on the flu jab, Martin. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, I'm not sure if you can have the flu jab at the same time, because when I went for the COVID jab today, there was a whole list of questions, and one of the questions was, have you had the flu jab within the last 7 days? So that would seem to suggest there's some sort of a conflict between the flu jab and the COVID jab. I don't know, but I thought I read somewhere that they were going to combine the flu jab with the COVID jab, but apparently not. So I don't know. But anyway, so no, I've not had the flu jab, and I haven't had my shingles jab either. That's something else that they recommended, but I haven't had that. I ought to have that, because I've had chicken pox anyway. Anyway, sounds a bit like 80 metres now, doesn't it? So change the subject. What is it? Yeah, I don't know whether you were here. Oh yeah, you were on last time, Martin. That little 40 meg surface mount chip that I have, which I'm going to use, the 0.5 ppm chip. I'm going to connect that straight on. Well, I've ordered one of those leads anyway, with that special plug on it. So I've already got that, which has got an SMA socket on there. But I'm just going to feed that oscillator straight in. But I noticed that socket on the Pluto is terminated in 50 ohms, and what I'm not sure is, I don't know whether that little chip, that little surface mount chip, which is at the 1.8 volt version, whether or not it will actually drive 50 ohms. So I don't know. That's an unknown. So we'll see what happens. But if not, I'll have to make up a little low impedance driver stage between the chip and that socket, so that it can drive 50 ohms. But I did read somewhere that although that socket is marked 3.3 volt peak to peak maximum, and this oscillator is 1.8 volts. Peak to peak. I did read somewhere that you can feed as low as 100 millivolts into it, and it still works. So hopefully it'll work, but we'll just have to see. And hi to Henry over there in Portugal. I should think it's quite warm over there. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your holiday. But it's been a long time, Henry, since we've seen you on here. So you'll have to. When you get back to South Africa, you'll have to come up on the net here. That's about it. Oh, okay, Martin, on your lavatory seat broken. My previous place, one of my friends came up to visit, and he did the same thing. He was sitting on the side, and he decided to check his shoelaces, and he picked his foot up and put it on the top of the toilet seat, and smashed it. So, oh dear, not to worry. Yeah, okay, Leon. I must say your pictures and sound are perfectly in sync. Very good, nice quality, nice sharp picture. Very good. And in fact, when you came on last time for the first, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds, I could still hear Martin's voice coming through. So yeah, there is quite a lot of latency there. So okay, I'm going to make this one my final. So I'll say cheerio to everybody, and if it all works out well next week, I should be on my Pluto with my new external oscillator. Hopefully. Okay, let's put it round to Nigel and see if you've managed to sort out all your problems, Nigel. So over to you. 2E0 Echo Hotel Hotel G4 IMO.
It was working fine earlier, of course, but at this moment it's not. By the way, we have another guy watching, and that is ZS1 Ian Houston, IH. ZS1 India Hotel. Hello, Ian. Hope you're well. And it's hot here in Vereniging World. Ian used to live in this part of the world. He's now down in Division 1, which is near Leon. So there we go. Yo, my null packets are very low. Why would that be? Oh dear. Okay, I don't understand that for a minute, but it's starting to creep up a bit. So that's good. I have quite wide audio today. I was experimenting with that this morning just to see what happens. My audio's 28% of my total stream rate, and my video 67, whereas Martin's I think 77, and Leon was in the region of 80, and so was let me just see, and now I've got a brain freeze. But anyway, of course, Nick, you had video, beautiful video. All right, guys, with this, we're going to call it a day on the net. It's been a rather short net today, not too much technical, but sometimes it's nice to have a chin wag and a round robin and just chat about general things. I hope Tom comes up quite soon. He has been very, very busy with salt mine stuff. So it'll be nice to see Tom on frequency in due course. And I know he's going to be very busy next weekend, I think the 10th. He's busy with a big balloon launch. And they've got quite a number of different payloads on the balloon. So it's going to be good fun. I just hope somebody has the sense to take a nice video, and perhaps if Tom's back on Sunday, he could maybe send that to us. That'll be something interesting to watch. Yeah, Tom's been quite keen on the balloon thing for quite a few years now, and done some good work on that too, including rocket launches. Little Leslie and I, and a guy called Romeo, he's also a radio amateur, who should be joining us when he gets a bit of time on DATV. And we used to play around with these rockets and self-made propellant for some time, and that was good fun. Anyway, such is life. Right, with that, I'm going to throw the net in the air, bid everyone a very happy week, and we hope to see everyone next week, all fit and healthy. So this is ZS6YI closing the worldwide net, throwing it in the air, and whoever wants to continue, please be our guest. This is ZS6YI, now QRT.